Worse than Watergate. Yeah, worse than Watergate. The Russia collusion hoax and all that went into it. Turns out that, yeah, President Trump was right. Worse than Watergate. What was Watergate? A bunch of Democratic operatives being spied on and played tricks on by some Republican operatives, okay? Operatives warring with other operatives. What do we have here? We have a sitting president of the United States, Donald Trump, it looks like, forces loyal to Hillary Clinton. Her campaign may have been spying on the president himself. President Trump spied on by an apparatus created by Hillary Clinton. This isn't some blog. This isn't some tweet. These are allegations from a DOJ prosecutor, all right? In official court filings. Now, the mainstream media, they're ignoring this because, oh, it destroys their narrative, and they're really threatened by it. It seems to me that they hate Donald Trump more than they like their country. It's pretty astounding. All right, so you remember Robert Mueller, the special prosecutor. He found nothing to the whole Russia collusion mess. He had to say so. Finally, took him a long time, but yes, ultimately he did say no collusion. Attorney General Barr said, this is so weird, this is so crazy, it went on for so long, we have to get to the bottom of this. How did this nonsense start? He appointed John Durham, special prosecutor. Now, John Durham has been working slowly, methodically, but he has been working. He made an indictment about 7 months ago. That was interesting. In a somewhat routine court filing related to that indictment, some truly earth-shattering information was revealed. And let's go to it. It says this: Tech Executive 1 and his associates exploited internet traffic pertaining to Trump Tower. Now, we had an idea of that already. Also, Trump Central Park West apartment building. Did not know about that. Here is the shocker. The executive office of the President of the United States, that tech executives were handing information to lawyers working for Hillary Clinton, and they were getting information from the President of the United States computer. That's what's inside here. So when Donald Trump said he was being spied on as a candidate, he was, and it looks like also as President of the United States. This actually isn't that complicated to follow. And, well, let's start. Let's start with Hillary Clinton and her campaign. Okay, she's desperate to be president. Everybody knows that. And she's got a lot of lawyers. One of her lawyers is a guy named Michael Sussman. Michael Sussman was also the lawyer for a tech executive. We're leaving his name out. The court papers left it out. Tech Executive 1 said to be desperate to get a job in a Clinton administration, all right? So Tech Executive number 1, who also hired that Clinton lawyer, was pulling together data and white papers and all kinds of things, mining government computers for derogatory information on Trump. Now, specifically in the complaint, in the filing, it says as follows. Tech Executive 1 reported suspicious internet activity, 1,000 lookups tying Trump to Russia. But here's what the prosecutors point out. Lookups are not rare, more than 3 million in 7 years. And the way this was portrayed to the FBI was that, oh my gosh, 1,000 lookups. Trump must be working for the Russians. Next. Rare Russian-made mobile phones were utilized in the vicinity of the White House. Well, that was just labeled totally false. There's nothing to substantiate that. Now, Tech Executive 1, who is monitoring this data that he had access to as a government contractor, going all the way back to 2014. But Obama was president. All right. Now, let me put Hillary and Sussman back in the picture. Tech Executive 1 is giving this information to Michael Sussman. Hillary Clinton is paying Michael Sussman because he's a lawyer. Sussman goes to the FBI by himself, not with Hillary and not with the tech executive, just him. And he says, hey, I've got all this data and all these reports and all this technical stuff that says the Trump people are talking with Russia, and it's very, very suspicious. And oh, by the way, I'm here as a private citizen. I'm not representing anybody. Well, that's a lie. He was representing Hillary Clinton, working for Hillary, and also for that tech executive, and that's why he was indicted. Allegedly, this is all a lie. But the FBI, quite frankly, should have known this was a lie, in my opinion, and also in the opinion of Joe DeGeneva, who will be joining us in just a little bit. So does this make sense? Sussman is presenting data and reports to the FBI, which are skewed, which are spun, which are deliberately made to look worse than they actually are. And he's saying he's a private citizen, and he's not. Hillary Clinton is paying him. The data is coming from a guy who wants a job with Hillary Clinton. He doesn't stop at the FBI, allegedly. Mr. Sussman goes to another organization. Now, we can't say what that government organization is. It's referred to as Government Agency Number 2. So with respect to the prosecutors, I'm only going to reveal its initials at this point. The CIA, okay? Yes, the CIA. Everybody knows that stop number 2 was a Central Intelligence Agency. Although not alleged in the court filings, it is believed that Sussman had a talk with John Brennan. Okay, John Brennan, a fiercely partisan former director of the Central Intelligence Agency. It is believed that it's very likely that Brennan would have shared this information with Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Although, again, the part where Obama was surveilled may have been left out. This gave, you know who, a beautiful excuse to start saying Trump's with Russia. Hillary Clinton. Then she takes to Twitter. Computer scientists have apparently uncovered a covert server linking the Trump organization to a Russian-based bank. She did that just before the election. Look at how desperate she is. It's time for Trump to answer serious questions about his ties to Russia. You see what's happening here? Okay. She, Sussman, that tech executive, others perhaps, get together. They create information, and then they give this bogus, phony information to the FBI, to the government, so they can investigate it, and they can say, Hillary can say, oh, whoa, they're investigating something. She doesn't tell you that she paid for it. She didn't tell you that the information is phony. It's wild. And I got actually lots of questions, but one for Robert Mueller. This is actually pretty straightforward. How did you not figure this out during, what, those 18 months and $30 million? How much did he spend? How long was that investigation? How could he not have gotten this information? Maybe he knew it all along. We'll have to see. But when Donald Trump said that he was being spied on and the mainstream media scoffed at it, literally scoffed at it, looks like he was right and they were all wrong.
The biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is. It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify
It's been totally verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign. They got caught.
It was worse than that, actually. They spied on his presidency. By the way, Biden, this whole thing did help him, right? Remember during the debates? I mean, Russia was the excuse for everything.
There are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plant. They have said that this has all the 5 former heads of the CIA, both parties, say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage. Nobody believes it except his and his good friend Rudy Giuliani.
You mean the laptop is now another Russia hoax?
That's exactly what.
Is this where you're
exactly
going?
what?
This is where he's going. The laptop is Russia,
Gentlemen,
Russia.
I want to stay on the issue of race.
Russia. It became an excuse for everything, even Hunter's laptop. They're not saying it's from Russia anymore, by the way. Once again, the allegation in the recent court filings by John Durham, here it is. Powerful stuff. Tech executive number 1 and his associates exploited internet traffic pertaining to Trump Tower, that would have been during the campaign, Trump Central Park West apartment building, and the executive office of the President of the United States. This is huge. This is earth-shattering. This is potentially the biggest scandal in the history of this country. And our mainstream media personalities, journalists, whatever they call themselves, won't even touch it.